guys, Tyra Clemmer here, and I'm so sorry for whatever the heck happened with the stream. I have no idea how that even happened. I have no idea how it got shifted to October. It probably was just a an error that I obviously made with the start with like the broadcast stuff. Um, but yeah, sorry about that. I have no idea how that happened. But now we're here, yes. I was gonna start the reaction a month later. Um, I was able to quickly fix it and everything's fine. Um, yeah, everything's cool and good for right now. Hopefully that stays that way because we have a lot of chapters. I mean, we have 3 chapters to go through. So I'm hoping everything goes well with the stream and nothing bad happens, but I don't want to jinx myself, even though I already did. But yeah, I'm gonna give some predictions on what I think is gonna happen this chapters. Um, First, I want to check if my audio is working well, because I did change some things on my audio a little bit, not that much. Okay, that's fine. Cool. Um, Okay, but so my predictions on what I think are going to happen this chapter. Last chapter I had to reread because it's been a while since I read the Urek Mazino spinoff. Is now Urek is going to step up to this ranker, right? And rank I forgot his name. I think it's something Dan something. But basically, he's gonna step up to this ranker in this test sumo match thing, and he said that he was gonna use the power from the outside. So I wonder what that power actually is. If we're gonna see more of it, if we're gonna get somewhat of an explanation for it. I honestly think this is gonna be SIU wanting to show off how strong Urek actually is, and I think he's gonna beat the ranker. How he's gonna do it, I don't know. Is he gonna have at least some difficulty? Again, I don't know, but I think he's gonna beat the ranker. I don't think that ranker is gonna be able to go all out though, because again, that's kind of how these tests works when you're going up against a ranker in like the second floor or like in lower floors. They're kind of not really using that. They're really not using Shinsu. We saw that with Quant and Dorsey. Obviously, if Quant was able to use Shinsu, it wouldn't even be a contest in the first place. But yeah, so I want to see how that plays out, if he's actually going to use Shinsu, if he's actually going to use his full power, the ranker, I mean, and all that stuff. And I wonder how Urek is going to react to this new power source of Shinsu, how he's going to treat it, if he's going to think of it as lesser than the power of light or whatever he's using, or whatever. I just want to see how intrigued he is with Shinsu as a whole, but without really much more to talk about, because I don't know what else is going to happen during these chapters. How do you think Urek will react to the workshop? If the blog posts are true and as he didn't change his mind, the workshop should be from the outside as well. In theory, Urek should recognize it. That's a very interesting question, and I think that's really interesting now that I think of, because the thing is that I have the mindset that the outside workshop and the workshop inside the tower are somewhat different. Remember, the thing is that the workshop from the outside doesn't create weapons for the tower. Obviously they wouldn't, because why would? Because those weapons are specifically made for Shinsu. The workshop that came into the tower came in because they studied the tower, you know what I mean, and they made all these discoveries in the tower and then kind of branched off into its own thing. I don't think Mixeth is the leader of the outside workshop. Basically what I'm basically saying is that yeah, basically I don't think Mixeth owns the entire workshop. I think Mixeth is just the leader of the workshop in the tower, and I wonder how much the workshop has remained a thing outside the tower, because remember, there's a huge age gap between Urek and Jihad, and I believe that the workshop came even earlier, like a significant time earlier than Jihad and the 13 Warriors. Like the 13 Warriors are like thousands of years removed from Urek, and so therefore the outside should also be 1,000 years removed from when Urek was born. Because it seems so far that Urek, the outside, doesn't have like the whole age thing that the tower has, like the age differential, because Urek looks at somebody and based on their physical appearance, he's like, I think this dude's older than me. So somebody in the tower wouldn't think like that, because you can look like a child and be thousands of years old. It doesn't really matter as long as you use Shinsu well and you have the contracts. So that's my 2 cents about it. I don't really know how he would react to it, because we still don't know too much information on how the outside workshop and the inside workshop differ, if you get what I mean. But yeah, that's a very interesting thought. I didn't really think about that at all until you pointed it out. But with that question out of the way, I think we should definitely start reading the chapters, because again, we have 3 chapters to read. I just want to check if I'm on the right page. I am. And okay, let's start. Okay, so we're in chapter 6. We're gonna start this at chapter 6. I have the chat pulled up, so if you guys want to say anything or comment on something that I may miss or something like that, or if there's anything wrong with my audio, do let me know, and I'll try my best to fix anything. Okay. So we have the ranker looking at Urek. The last time I saw him, he had no idea how to use Shinsu. So I'm guessing, yeah, this is the ranker talking, obviously. So why is the Shinsu around him reacting to his presence interesting? So whatever this outside power Urek is using, it actually affects Shinsu in some way. Like Shinsu reacts to this power. That's very interesting. I did a community post talking about my thoughts about Urek and all these theories about, like, is he from a different version of the outside? Are there multiple versions? Basically, because Pentaminum is still considered an axis, I think that there are multiple, not worlds, but more like stories on the outside of the tower. That maybe the tower is like a center point or something, or like if there are more than one tower, those are like center points that can link these stories together, if you understand what I mean. But yeah, so it makes the outside a little bit more, like, even more than it already is, kind of nebulous. But yeah, the Shinsu's reacting to him. There's a boom and Urek, I'm guessing, stomps on the ground. Come on. I really like, I want to say this before we keep reading, and because I'll just say this and I won't probably comment on it again. I really am enjoying the art style of the Urek Mazino spin-off. It has a lot more lighting and I think dynamic, like a little bit more dynamic art than late season 3, in my opinion. Late season 3's art is still really good, obviously. I don't think the art ever got bad, but you could definitely see moments where the art was maybe repeating, or like it was very similar in areas, but I feel like every single shot we have gotten from the Urek Mazino spin-off has been unique in some way, shape, or form. What did you just say? I was just telling you to get ready. That's what you were yelling at us, remember? Don't chicken out on me now. Urek, I again, I like Urek as a main character, but I think I don't know. It'd be very interesting to see how somebody would react to this story if they haven't read the original Tower Gods. Urek Mazino, episode 6, Grappling. I'm subscribed to the theory that there are different outsides. I also think Jihad is related to the Conqueror King, and that's the reason Pentaminum came to talk to Jihad. But that's the theory for another day. I think season 3 art was fine, but the panels were too goddamn zoomed. Yeah, that happened a lot too. There was definitely some panels like that. The thing is that you can definitely tell the clean panels apart from the non-clean panels. And I think the art direction for the Urek Mazino spinoff, which I hope will then lead to the season 4 art style, it's given me nothing but hope for the season 4 art style, basically. Time for some interesting stuff. Well, I'm hoping to be for that statement to be right. I keep smacking my mic. I'm sorry, Mike. Yeah. So, grappling is the name of the episode. Huh. You think I would chicken out? Did no one ever tell you to watch your damn mouth? So, he steps forward towards Urek. I know you're just using that bravado to hide your fear. Grab the loincloth if you're so sure of yourself. Urek is definitely jacked as all hell. But this dude is massive. Actually, I wonder. No, I was gonna say I don't know. He can't be bigger than Rak. Rak is definitely bigger than him in his like true form. Sure, let's do it. He grabs the loincloth. I think his name was I can't remember his name really. Dan something. Was it Dan John? I think it was Dan John. Strange. No regular should possess this kind of strength. So he could tell just from grabbing the loincloth, he could tell Urek's strength. I guess those muscles aren't just for show. At least Urek is acknowledging the ranker's strength. Again, I don't think I'm just gonna keep calling him Dan John because I think that's his name. Dan John is using Shinsu yet. Try not to go down too easy, okay? Ready, set, go. So like they both start, and Urek. It looks like Urek is sweeping him, or it could also be. No. I think it's Urek sweeping him with a big tap. Yep, and he spins. Wait. There's a slam. I love that panel. I really like that panel. He just slams. You can see the movement. You know what I mean? Like, you have these obviously lines indicating the movement, but even without them, you can like see like the clear movement in that panel. I love that, and I love the shading. He just Dan John just falls to the ground. Yeah, it's Dan John. Okay, Dan John. It's I'm probably mispronouncing it, but it's close enough to I'm like, okay, I think I'm saying it fine at least. How do you feel about the new art style compared to Tower God? I think that's the thing I talked about most during the stream, but I know you probably just got here. I like it. I like it better than late season 3, because there's a lot of details, a lot of shading, a lot of lighting. I think every panel looks clean. Where I was saying before that some panels looked a little bit. You could tell the not clean and clean panels before. But overall, I liked Tower of God's art style evolution. Every single art style from Tower of God I don't think was ever bad. I just have preferences which one I like more, you know what I mean? But I think this is definitely a step in the right direction, and I hope that season 4 carries on with this art style and maybe has a little bit more evolution from this art style. But I think this is definitely a step in the right direction. So Dan John looks confused and he says, huh? Urek's also confused. Huh? Everyone just says, huh? This dude. Also, I think I kept talking a lot in the last chapter that I think this dude may be, I forgot his name in the mainline story, Yulje. basically Urek's assistant that he's always palling around with. Um, hey Amir, I think also Amir that I think you were warning me in the chat that my settings were all wrong, and it was like the stream was gonna start next month, but I just didn't understand what you were talking about. Um, I think you were warning me, but I just didn't understand what that meant until like the last second. So I'm sorry about that, man. Um, so they all just did you see that? He single-handedly took down the test director. Also, something I wanted to point out something because I read the chapters later, so I didn't actually see this change until I went to see other live reactions. Apparently, when these chapters came out, like the day of, they had Fisherman as Angler and I think Lighthouse as Lighthouse Keeper or something. I mean Lightbearer as Lighthouse Keeper. So those, yes. So I'm just thinking about. I was thinking about those names and I was like, what are your guys' opinions on Angler and because I heard that the translation actually isn't this, it's the same for both. I think I'm just used to Fisherman and Lighthouse Keeper, so I mean Lighthouse Bear, Light Bear. Oh my god, I can't speak today. But yeah, I think I like them, obviously, but it would have been like, obviously I think changing it just confuses people, so it's better to just keep it the same. But overall I don't hate the names, honestly, but I just got accustomed to Fisherman and Light Bear. And then, don't worry, Amir. It's fine. It's all good. I was just really confused when I saw that message, and I was like, what is he talking about? And then I saw it like at the last second, and I was like, oh no, he tried to warn me. He single-handedly took down the test director. No, that one doesn't count. Oh god. He springs up. I only loosened my grip because I didn't want to kill you, okay? I slipped because I was holding back. That match is off the record. He's sweating. I also do think that Urek Mazino, I think I talked about this last stream too, but it's been a while. I think the reason I like this art style too is that it really allows for comedy panels, which I think is something that Tower God has always had somewhat of an issue with. There's comedic moments in Tower God, especially in season 1 and especially in probably early season 2. Obviously those start to die down later on during the story, but they're still there. But I don't think some of the art style later on kind of lets itself to that comedic effect. But this art style definitely does, which is a reason I really like it, because it just lets SIU be more like funny and creative and all that stuff. You didn't slip. You didn't slip. We all saw him sweep you off your feet. Just admit you're a feet. Just admit you're lost. Your personality's just as bad as your hair. Wow. Damn. He's just getting roasted. You remind me of an ugly side character who does nothing but yell at everyone. Damn. Okay. Ha, go figure. The old timers never know when to admit they're wrong. Damn. That's crazy. Dan John is just getting roasted. Yeah, it strikes a good balance, I think, this art style. I prefer the originals for consistency. Interesting. Yeah. I do think that the names should just stay the same. It's not the same thing as like a translation like in season 3. I don't know if everyone here knows this, but in season 3 they translated Beastkin as furries in the beginning, and then they quickly changed it to Beastkin. But the point being is that it was really funny. But I don't think that's a bad change, obviously. That's a really good change, and I think that worked out better, far better, because it wasn't like established yet as the other thing, and plus it was just pretty goofy. So Beastkin is definitely a better name in my opinion. Shut it! And he just yells, and all the Shinsu go splashing over the place. All the regulars are like, ah. I do enjoy Danjon a lot, more than I thought I would. Oh, nice. He reacts. Urek reacts. He might sound like he's just scrambling to save face, or rambling to save face, but he's technically not wrong. He was definitely holding back. I could tell. Okay. Come on, show me the power I know you're hiding. I completely agree with you, Director. I'm glad they changes that. Yeah, I would have taken less seriously. I completely agree with you, Director. Like these panels, there's a lot more of these panels, like the chibi versions, and I think that's good. I like that. I think it also fits the tone of this story. It's because we all know Urek has nothing to really fear that much during his climb, so having him be way more laid back and have these comedy panels, I think works, definitely. I wonder how they're going to implement these types of panels in the news in like season 4, or if they're even going to do that at all because of the tone. But still, I don't know. There's something I keep thinking about. You know, I thought it was weird that you fell when I didn't even do anything. So Urek's playing along with his lie. Exactly, I just slipped. You noticed it too, didn't you? Of course. How about we pretend that one didn't happen and go for a rematch? Well, that only seems fair, right? Yep, I want to earn my place among the fishermen fair and square. You're full of crap. He really wants a rematch. Does he actually think he can pull it off again? I commend you for facing the truth. Now let's get back to your ready stance. Yes, Director. Ready, set. A regular should never be able to overpower me, even with my Shinsu reinforcement suppressed as much as it is. There you go. That, while it's obvious he may be using the tiniest amount of Shinsu possible, because it's kind of difficult to shut off your Shinsu entirely. He's definitely suppressing. He's basically doing the same thing as Urek did in the beginning of season 2, right? Urek was definitely still using Shinsu versus Team Sweet and Sour, but obviously he was using it at the lowest possible he could possibly ever do, because he didn't instantly kill everyone. And we know even like 1% of his power or whatever, he can still like bully Karaka. So obviously his power was so significantly nerfed. That's basically what all rankers do in the second floor when they're testing these regulars. He somehow managed to catch me off guard, and that's all. This time, I'll show you what real power looks like. Begin. And someone gets lifted or something happens where the feet go off the ground. What the? Whoa, are you seeing this? He just lifted Director Danjon. Wow. It is Danjon. Okay, cool. Like, I just wanted to see it in the chapter itself. Damn. Wow, this is disrespectful. Like, you're just picking him up like a child. And also, damn, his back. I'm sorry. I'm always gonna point it out because it's really detailed. Yeah, but you just see his Danjon's face being completely, utterly shocked, because obviously the thing is that it's always a meme of like rankers looking at Bomb and being like, what? He's only a regular. How is this possible? You know, it happens so many times during the story that you kind of just get used to it and kind of get annoyed by it at a certain point. But the thing is that you have to understand, like, this is not normal. They're called irregulars for a reason. Like, irregulars aren't a common thing in the tower. Definitely not. There's been less than 20 irregulars in the tower. You know what I mean? And by this point, even less than that. So why would anyone assume that you're an irregular? And secondly, no one expects a regular to be able to do anything close to this. So again, they would be like, why is this? You have to see it from the character's perspective more than anything else. Is that all you got? Come on, do something. You're boring me. Yeah, he won like he won 0.0001% on Team Sweet and Sour. Yeah, I don't think even if Dan John was able to use full on Shinso, he'd do nothing. That's the thing, is that we don't know. But I agree. It'd be more of a struggle, you know what I mean? Doesn't mean he'd win or whatever. It just means that he'd be doing something. He wouldn't be being treated like a kid. Urek would have to do something else to defeat him. You little. Show me the power you used during the first test. Dan John looks shocked. Oh, we're actually cutting to the other. This is good. I wanted to see actually the other regulars training rooms, because we also saw that in season 1. Not that much, but to be fair, we also didn't see a lot of Bombs training in the wave controller rooms. We just didn't get a lot of the training in general. We just got kind of flashes of it. Welcome, regulars. So there's 5. Yeah, there are 5 people here. 5 regulars. This is the spear bearer class. Let me introduce myself again. I'm Heidi, one of the test directors aboard this cruise. You're so pretty. How beautiful. I'll be mentoring you from this point on to shape you all into proper spear bearers. I'm very interested to see, because I think I said that she was going to be the wave controller or something like that. So I'm very interested to see if she has a unique spear technique or something like that, like what makes her a spear bearer, or if she does good at throwing a spear, which I guess would be good enough, you know what I mean? But still, no, it's interesting. But also, I'm also interested to see how she does this. Is she gonna do the same as season 1, or is she gonna go a little different in the training? I mean, because yeah, it's interesting to see spear bearing training. For today, we're just gonna practice throwing our spears, nice and easy. No, it's no pressure, I promise. I just want to get a sense of where everyone stands in terms of skill. Okay? She definitely seems like the more laid-back teacher. Look at her arm. Whoa. What's happening with her arm? Is that her hair? Or whoa, or is that like Shinsu being coiled up? It could be wind Shinsu, you know what I mean? It could be like kind of like a Irure and some other characters use wind. Maybe she like is using wind Shinsu on her arm and spear. That'd be cool. Using wind Shinsu to actually propel your spear forward. She lunges back and throws with a big boom. She throws that spear. And yeah, there's multiple shockwaves in the air as I guess it hits something. There is a 100 plus 100, and there is a a thing. It didn't. I guess these don't break when. Actually, I don't remember if that was the thing in the original story of Tower, like in like part one. I know it was in the anime. In the anime, you throw the thing and the thing's supposed to break. Um, but these are just targets that like the spears get lodged into. Um, Interesting. I can't remember. I guess I'll have to look back on that. I gotta say that was pretty cool. You're amazing, and she just spins around. Um, Whoa. Um, and no one knows he's an irregular yet. Yeah, no one knows Urek is an irregular yet. If Urek ends up being ranker plus level from the second floor, um, that hidden floor mirror really hoed him. Imagine how strong he was when he reached the hidden floor, only for his data to be nerfed, to be weaker than Data Jihad. Interesting. I mean, Data Jihad is also stronger than rankers, but the thing is that you have to take into account that Urek's climb was the fastest climb in the tower's history, which was 50 years or something. So obviously Urek is like a talent. Every regular kind of is, like they grow specifically really fast. But if Urek is ranker level, he wouldn't really have a need to improve himself that much. So who knows how much he actually improved between like that floor, and obviously he improved significantly from here to the top of the tower, obviously, but he didn't. It just makes you wonder what his rate of improvement was if everything was so easy. It's kind of like if you play Saitama or something, like in the bottom of the tower or something, he'd just be one-shotting everything. So why would he improve from floor 2 to floor whatever? You know what I mean? So you got to think about that kind of stuff too. But I don't know. Some type of Shinsu technique, I imagine. Yeah, the spear throw. Can you use wind in the tower? Wind Shinsu. That's the thing. The only person we've seen use real air in the Tower of God's story is Gusting when he summoned Unos. Unos was a spirit, and he said these are the winds from outside the tower, which is why Traumrai's disconnect attack, which targets Shinsu in particular, wasn't able to cut Unos. You know what I mean? But no, everyone else who uses wind in the tower, like the Windbird, Irude, her uncle, they're using wind Shinsu. They're turning Shinsu into air or wind. You know, how do you think everyone's surviving right now? Because Shinsu turns into air on a floor. Like how I said in my Shinsu explanation video, Shinsu replaces air in the tower, basically acting as air. The difference between real air and Shinsu air is that, like Doom said, it's still at the end of the day Shinsu. So if you pummel it hard enough with another Shinsu attack, it's going to be destroyed. But that's not the same. That's not how it works the same way with real air, obviously, from the outside of the tower. Just kind of wanted to clear that up because it is important, I guess, to bring up. I have to leave. It's late where I am from, and I'm tired. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope that you're able to catch the stream another time. I checked it, and they were destructible targets. Specifically, one destructible target for an automatic pass. Oh, interesting. Okay, cool. Yeah, and that was the one that Ghost hit. I'm pretty sure. I gotta say, that was pretty cool. You're amazing. Who wants to go first? I volunteer. No, I'm going first. This should be fun. We still don't know this dude's name, right? I'm pretty sure we don't know this guy's name. The dude with the Guns N' Roses shirt. And who's this girl? This knight-looking girl with the sharp teeth. And you also have Rue here. Interesting. I didn't think he would be a spear bearer. He kind of gave me scout vibes. So everyone's throwing, and they threw in his 20 points. So close, I'm up next. Rue's just in the corner, or like sitting down. Who do you think would have won if Shinsu hadn't interfered in Traumai versus Gusting? It made it really seem like Gusting was gonna win. I'm not gonna lie to you. It, like, from the flashback to Gusting saying goodbye, my friend, and all that stuff, it very much seemed like that attack was going to finish off Traumai. Now, obviously, that's in the story with the Blossom's Flame. If you wanna say the Blossom Flame isn't Gusting's power, then obviously Traumai wins. But in the story, in the chapters, if Urek didn't get involved, I think Traumai was going to be defeated by Gusting. This is what I think. So close, I'm there. He was put there, so they must not be wrong. Watch and learn. Weaklings. I do like his character very much. I found him more enjoyable than I thought he was going to be, because he just seemed like a grunt, and now I like his character. I just want a name for him. I think we haven't gotten a name for him yet. He chucks that spear and he got 30 points. Damn. He backed it up. That's how it's done. You see Heidi in the background. She's very elegant. Everything has so much detail about her. She's clapping. Not bad. That was cool. You know something I was just thinking about? It'd be interesting to see these rankers, in the art style of season 1. You know, kind of like seeing how they would do. Because we kind of seen Quant and Leroro in the, I guess, early season 3 art style. In some flashbacks, so we kind of know what they would look like, but yeah. And we've also had like game art for the season 1 rankers, so we kind of know what their updated designs would be like, or more what's it called, detailed designs. But it'd be interesting to see kind of like these rankers being like reduced to the season 1 art style. Then again, there must be anyone in the story. Again, there have been anyone in the story that has a position that they shouldn't have. I think the thing is that I personally, in my opinion, I would say that most people because the thing is that Mashini's position is technically, like, all princesses' positions, I think, in the tower are fishermen. Like, officially they are fishermen, but you know, Mashini is, in my opinion, way better as a spear bearer than a fisherman, and stuff like that. There's other examples like Hots being a scout, but maybe should be a fisherman, like Shibisu being a light bearer instead of a scout. But there's examples that for people being maybe a little bit better in other positions, but at the end of the day, they all serve their positions well enough. Not bad. That was cool. It's so rare to have an elegant character. It's very refreshing. I think so too. I couldn't even lift my spear. I'm such a disgrace. Wow. I'm guessing that spear is heavy, because I'm assuming like Rue is like somewhat strong. I mean, he got picked to be a regular by Head On, so I'm guessing he should be a little bit above what an average human should be. And he couldn't even lift his spear. I guess even my best isn't good enough. Are you trying to tap dance? Damn, he really He really couldn't pick it up. I mean, he could lift it up, but he couldn't sustain it. Look at how far the others are throwing their spears. What's wrong with me? I have zero talent. I'm completely useless. I should have never been chosen as a regular. I mean, there's obviously something in him if he was chosen as a regular to begin with. Even if he's a weak regular, you know what I mean? Hey, what are you moping around for? Oh, it's because I can't throw my I can't throw my spear far enough. The Guns N' Roses dude puts a thumbs up. Hey, you just started. Don't let it get you down. You know, I thought what you did during the last test was pretty cool. My name's Rohan. What's yours? So he's Rohan. That's a cool name for him. I really like his design too. I think like the scar makes him unique. He's very buff. You don't see a lot of really buff people. In Tower God, at least regulars that I can think of at the top of my head. And I like his design really well. Rue. My name is Rue. I forgot what he also did during the last test. Oh, the thing with Evelyn. He's talking about the thing with Evelyn where he said he likes her. That's funny. Rue, great name, man. Hope we can get along. Same here. Interesting. I wonder if he's being serious or if he's like, because the first scene we had him was like trying to stab Urek in the back when he was sleeping or something. So I wonder how serious he is. He doesn't seem like the worst dude. So I don't know. I think so far in my head there's like a 50-50 chance. Guns and Rohan. He finally revealed his name. Would Shibisu have the ability to control multiple lighthouses? I'm talking maybe not. I'm talking more of like he could probably definitely control one lighthouse. I don't think why not? You know what I mean? Shibisu was able to get past the wall, the Shinsu wall, and he also like, because the thing is that you have to understand that manipulating multiple lighthouses is actually a rare trait for beginners. Like Kun is just from the great families and is really like talented in general, so he was able to do it, but doesn't mean every, like, I'm thinking of another light bearer in season 1, like somebody like what's his name, Levin wasn't able to. Levin was probably only able to control one lighthouses, but that's good enough. Yeah, you don't need to control multiple lighthouses, especially as a second floor regular. That's not what you're expected to do. So I think he could probably control one. I don't think why not, and he just evolves the longer he climbs up. I was talking more about like his intelligence. Like him and Kun are like the most intelligent regulars, so he definitely, in that aspect, he'd definitely be able to be a light bearer. So yeah, that's what I was talking about. So they like shake hands. Have some confidence, okay? My big pal himself wanted you on his team. He like puts his arm around him. That means you got some real talent. That's true. Yerk did want him on his team, but the reason was, I think, more deep than just the talent. You really think so? I don't feel like I'm talented at all. Nope. I trust his judgment. I bet you'll turn out to be just as impressive as me. I know things didn't work out with us, but I swore to care for you as my comrade from the second he picked you. So let's do this, Rue. I know we can get through these tests alive. I like this. I actually do like him being like the big brother role. I think it fits for him, and I hope it's real. I hope it's not like a betrayal thing. Um, but yeah, I very much like it. I think it does fit his character. Now, come on, let's teach you how to throw that spear. Sure, thank you. Watch my watch my biceps very closely. They're so big. Both him and Evelyn are so nice and caring. You have to hold the spear like this. Imagine you're hurling a rock at someone. I mean, it's not the worst advice. They make the inner tower feel like such a welcoming place. We know it's definitely not. Again, talking about Wang Nan's speech, which is one of my favorite speeches in all of Tower God. How he talks about how this tower creates walls around people. And it definitely does that for so many people. But there are people like Rohan and Evelyn and a lot of other people like that that definitely do make the tower feel better as a result. But that's in any place. I think there's always going to be those types of people no matter where you are. Thank you for being so kind. You see his smile. To a cursed soul like me. Interesting. To a cursed soul like me. We know we saw another dude with the same X shirt design and he was being killed off by presumably a rancor. So we don't know. It's interesting. I want to know more. And we also saw that thing, like this weird flash to Rue's like thing of like where the gods were forgotten or something, some weird lore. I'm very interested to see what Rue's all about. We cut back to the fisherman place. How is that even possible? He picked up director Dan John like a little kid. Now slam him on the ground. How dare you? I'm a rancor. How the hell is he doing this? I can feel my power. Oh, is this Urek? I can feel my power coming back. I suppose it's a ray of light even in a dark place like this. Huh, interesting. Does that imply that Urek's strength was sealed off when he came into the tower? Like his power, like his secondary power system thing, like the light, whatever power that he has. Interesting. So Urek was actually suppressed, like, and he's just now his powers are starting to come back. Obviously, this wouldn't apply to like current day Urek, because it's been so long. I'm assuming, but it'd be interesting if he's always been nerfed because he's inside the tower. But I don't think that's the case. But it'd be interesting. Hey, are you actually trying? Show me the power you were gonna use on me the last time we met. Again, he's shocked. If you don't, you're going to embarrass yourself. Throw him, take him down in front of all these regulars. If you're talking about Shinsu, I'd love to show you what you want. He starts activating his Shinsu as it kind of rushes out of him. There it is. He has, every single time Urek has seen Shinsu, he has chills and shivers. There it is. On top of that, his body is becoming heavier and tougher. I do like that Urek is excited about Shinsu. It's kind of like, because it kind of again draws some vagueness on how strong his powers are, like the power of light. How does that compare to Shinsu? We just assume that because it's from the outside, it's superior, and it might still be. But that doesn't mean that somebody from the outside, like Urek, who's a shining one and has this power of light, wouldn't be interested in Shinsu. He must be gaining his strength from this mysterious power. But what is it? You fool, you have no idea what you're poking at, do you? Just know that cruelty will be the death of you. I cannot use this power against you. Oh, he backpedaled. Huh? Why? In the inner tower, rankers like me are forbidden from harming rookies like you without the administrator's permission or a mutual agreement. That's the first we've heard about like the administrator, like the guardian's permission for a ranker and a regular to fight each other or something like that. For a ranker to use their powers on a regular, that's kind of new information. Not truly. Like, we could probably assume that would be a stipulation of that, because the guardians are like basically the rulers of everything on a floor. So if a guardian says go for it, who's then gonna tell someone no? But that's the first we've been confirmed that that's a thing. We just know about the guardian's test and all that stuff. Otherwise, I'll be expelled or even killed. Yeah, the contracts are that serious. You've never been exposed to Shinsu before, which means you'll die in an instant if I unleash my true power here. Then I'll be stripped of my position and forced to live the rest of my life in exile. Do you think trying your hardest would be enough to kill me? Can't you see I'm holding you off the ground like a dog? You can try to anger me all you want, but I'd rather suffer a moment of humiliation than be condemned forever. Interesting. We're getting more characterization from Danjon, and I think that's good characterization. He's not just a brute and a meathead who would throw anything away just because somebody insulted him. He's rational. He's being rational. Hey, you can do all you want to me. What am I gonna lose? If I kill you here, I'm gonna lose my position, which gives me a lot of money and a lot of benefits, and like I may be even killed for this. So there's literally no reason for why I should like kill you. There's no benefit for me doing it. Just for my own satisfaction in that one moment, and then I'm dead or something. But then obviously a moment of humiliation means nothing in comparison to all what I just said. So it's really cool. I like that characterization for Danjon. Now, let me make a proposal that'll satisfy your hot-headed curiosity. A proposal? Yes, and I have a feeling you'll like it. 3 days from now, let's get the administrator's permission. Oh, that's a sick panel. You see the background of the second floor guardian? We haven't seen him since the last station, I think. Yeah, the last station is the last time we saw the second floor guardian. He still looks the same as ever. To settle this with a fight to the death. That was curiosity, not cruelty. Did I say cruelty? Sorry about that. The curiosity. That curiosity will be the death of you. Makes sense overall. Also, decided to check the hide and seek test, and the light bearers on Team B have at least 2 lighthouses each. Whether or not that strengthens your thoughts on whether Shibisu would have been up to par. Huh. Okay. I guess. I can't remember, because I definitely have read somewhere. It might be misinformation, but I could just be forgetting. I definitely, because I know the thing is about lighthouses is that there's the outer lighthouse, and then there's the inside of the lighthouse, which has little cubes in the lighthouse, and there's multiple cubes, and people can come and like Rachel, there's the lighthouse outside, and then there's the cubes of the outhouse, which are basically used to see stuff, as like a little keyboard and a bunch of other stuff like that. People have that, but I mean like outside lighthouses, like 2 floating lighthouses above you. I can't remember, but if there were multiple of that, but if there were, then yeah, I think Shibisu wouldn't be able to do it then, but I think he'd be able to control one lighthouse in the 2nd floor. I think that's fine. But yeah, obviously Shibisu is better as a scout. I do agree with that, but I think it's not impossible, at least for current day Shibisu. If he wanted to switch positions, he'd definitely be able to. I think he'd definitely be able to do a light bearer's job pretty easily. But I understand what you mean. On the 2nd floor, it'd probably be difficult for him to do it. But I don't think current day Shibisu would have that same problem. Yeah, his design is great. And he'll probably be the last floor guardian we'll see for a while. I mean, yeah, we saw the last one in the Sprout arc too. But yeah, I can't give you the specifics. But the next game, the next test will be on the crown. Will be the crown game. From what I've heard, the testing site will have. That's the crown for the crown game. Damn, they really stepped down. In I understand that it's just a season 1 thing, like the art style stuff. But still, like even in the anime, they didn't really make it that much more complex. It was always still just like a solid gold crown, kind of like how like somebody would just, like a 6th grader would draw it, or yeah, but that's a very much that's way more detailed and regal looking. A secret area where we can fight. The Archel stiff go crazy. If we can fight in secret under mutual agreement, I shall give you the honor of facing my full strength. To the death, of course. Okay. Well, that also sealed his fate. If it wasn't to the death, maybe it'd be more interesting, but obviously Urek's not dead, and I wonder if Urek would kill this dude. I don't think he would. And I kind of want to see Danjon more. I kind of want to see him in the main story. I don't know why. I like Danjon. I've been liking his character. It'd be cool to see him in Walk Hike Song or something. Doesn't that sound much more entertaining than this childish game? Yes, it does. Huh, he has no idea he's walking right to his death. But only on one condition. I want you to put me down. I want you to put me back down, fall to the ground, and admit defeat. What? Huh? Why would I do that? Because then I will formally conclude this test and qualify every single regular in this room. Throw him to the ground. What are you waiting for? How does that sound? Not bad. So he was actually going to fail them if they weren't able to do this. But now he's done this deal and is actually going to pass everyone. Flip him over, and the corrupt old generation, brave hero. This dude is so emo. Which is kind of why I'm hoping this is Yulje, because Yulje is so, nowadays, so much more regal and refined. But I just like the idea that he in the past was just like an emo. Fine, I'll do it. He lets him go. Oh no, I'm about to... Oh, Urek. He's really gonna play this up. Slam. Urek falls. Fall! Oops. What the heck? Everyone's just like, what the heck was that? How do you do that, Director Danjon? It felt like I was grappling with a rock. I guess I'm no match against your full strength. That's really funny. He's just playing it up, really hammering for it. What's the source of your incredible power? Anyway, anyway, uh, don't tell me it's that dirty hair of yours. Damn. He's got some nerve acting so nonchalant. Anyways, I lose. I have no idea how I did that in the last round. He grabs his arm. It's still impressive that you managed to take me down, even if I slipped on purpose. These two, I swear. Their interactions are also just fun. That's kind of why I want to see them in the main story, how their dynamic has changed. Did you see all that? That's the kind of talent it takes to be a fisherman. But you all managed to prove your potential. It was never my intention to disqualify any of you with this ridiculous test. All I wanted to see how you handled being pushed to your absolute limit. Therefore, you all pass. Seriously? Yes, seriously. Didn't again, I don't know if this is Yolje or not, but this dude didn't even go. I think. Yeah, because it was the blonde hair dude, then the girl and the guy with the false mask, and then Urek went. So this dude didn't even go. Like, what are you talking about potential? He didn't even go take the test. Congratulations on becoming fisherman. I think that's like the comedy of it, though. Yes, I'm so confused, but I made it. That's funny. They're cheering. Just wait. The testing site of the crown game looms. There's a big loom sound effect. Will be your grave. I think it'll be yours. He's definitely not my type, but I'm growing a bit fond of him. That's what I mean. I think Urek kind of likes this dude. After all, it's been so long. Now go back to your rooms and get some rest, rookies. You'll be on the same room as your teammates. That's also a thing that's different from season 1. Back in season 1, everyone had a different room. But now I guess it's all the teammates group up. Do you think that guy you think is your future servant ain't that excited in the background? Yeah. Is Bomb climbing the tower even faster than Urek? Bomb has been in the tower for 11 years, give or take, I think. And he's up to the floor 50s. Like, he's in the 50s, definitely. So we don't know what the time skip is also going to be, like in season 4, if there's going to be a time skip. Maybe he could reach the top of the tower faster than Urek. I definitely don't think it's impossible, given how strong Bomb is and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, we don't know. But is he climbing faster? That's also kind of like impossible to really know. Because we don't know how seriously Urek was taking the climb up the tower. And stuff like that. So, who knows? Yeah, 54th floor so far. I thought it was 52nd, but I could be wrong. Because that's where the cage was. And then they went back to the 44th floor and did all the things in the sprout. Yeah, I don't know. Not even the Yolje guy got arms up with the, yeah. Since a man challenged, after all, it's been so long since a man challenged me to a fight to the death, although he probably doesn't know it. So other people have apparently challenged Urek to the death, and Urek's still alive, so I'm guessing he killed those people. Thank you for letting me fight. That's also an incredible panel of Urek. without any guilt or restraint, Dan John. You kind of see his power, the glow of his power of light thing activating. And I like that detail. You actually see the Shinsu react and kind of being pushed up because of that power. Like I did earlier. I'm exhausted. My dude, you did nothing. You didn't even participate in the game. I hope our rooms are nice. I like this dude. I like the Fosmax. He seems cool. Somebody dashes. Excuse me. Oh, it's the blue-haired girl. Hey, I remember you. You're a fisherman, right? The one who couldn't get up? Yes, I am. I just wanted to say... How is she a fisherman, dude? Like, maybe they just saw a potential. I mean, we don't know how any of them passed the first tests, but it's interesting they chose her for the fisherman position. Thank you. Meow? What? Is she secretly a beastkin? I hope you can get some rest. She runs away. Right, thanks. Meow. Thank you, Urek. Thank you for being sensible. And what? Just... I love that panel of Urek saying meow with a question mark. That's such a good expression for him. He's just so confused. Ooh, what's going on over there? What's going on over here? Did she just ask him out? What the heck was that? Has love come to me at last? God damn it, Urek. Oh my goodness, Urek. I like Urek's character a lot, and I think they've really... I feel like this story is gonna make me like Urek way more than even I mean, I like Urek. He's not in my top 10. But I think this series is gonna make me like Urek a lot. Looks like we got our first lovebirds. Congrats, your girlfriend's cute. I knew I had a good feeling about this tower. God damn it, Urek. He's like, hey, this tower, I may want to leave this tower, but I'm hoping I can leave with some of these women in this tower. This tower has some good women. He's not wrong, to be fair. But still. Damn, that's really funny. She laughs. I didn't even do anything and he was blushing like a tomato. Looks like I was right. Oh, is she like a Rachel? Like a snake? He's definitely never been in a relationship before. What I mean by Rachel, by the way, Rachel never tried to seduce anyone. Not that I think she could. But what I mean is that she's using other people to climb the tower for her. He might be a bit simple-minded, but he's still powerful and easy to fool. Well, you're a lucky man. You've been chosen. Ask her out to carry me through this test. Damn. He's so exhausted from that nothing. No idea how she's a fisherman. Same. Would you have preferred a Wangnan spin-off, or you're glad it's Urek? I'm glad it's Urek, not only for the lore implications, but also we learned about Pansaminum, we learned about the outside. I think it's definitely, from a lore perspective, way more interesting than just having Wangnan climb. But there is also a part of me that wants to see the climb of Wangnans, you know what I mean? I love Wangnan as a character, and I love Team Sweet and Sour. I want to see Horyang, Kasano, Mi-Sing, and Go-Sing. I want to see all these characters again, and I would have loved to see what types of stories SAU could have made with like a pure regular stories, no irregulars, no things like that. So I think there's cons and pros to both. Um, but yeah, I don't mind that it's Yorick. Um, I really, I don't know. I think I'm fine that it's Yorick. I don't think that's anything bad, and Yasui's been doing a great job at it so far. Oh, we get the uh, unnamed princess. I know that she doesn't have a name because I'm making a ranking all of Jihad's princesses video right now, which I'm almost done with. I literally only need like 5 more minutes of that video and I'll be done. So I'm hoping to. I mean, I have other stuff going on this week, so hopefully I upload the video like at the weekend or something. But yeah, I mean, she's on the list. Spoilers, not spoilers. She's at the bottom of the list because she's so far the only F rank princess that we have in the story that I could really use as a basis for like the lowest ranking in power. Yes, ranking in power, not like as characters or stuff like that. It's a power ranking list, like the other lists I've done for irregulars, fug, all that kind of stuff. It's a power list. I like how the video is coming out so far, very much so. It's like 24 minutes long, I'm pretty sure. 24-23. Think she's a princess we've heard of, but haven't seen in Tower of God. Interesting. Like if she's one of like maybe the blog post princesses. I mean, I know for a fact there's no princess in Tower of God that we have heard of and we haven't kind of seen. The only one maybe like that is Garam, which is, I mean, not Garam, Yoram, which is Garam's sister. She's been mentioned, but I don't think this is her sister. The timeline wouldn't really add up in my opinion. We don't even know if she's from a Tengri family yet. My guess is that maybe she's from the Ari family, like, but I don't know. Overall, I don't know. I don't know if he's somebody that we know yet. There's a long list of like blog post princesses. Probably one of them. Like maybe it's one of them. Again, we don't know. There's a lot of them though. There's like the actual number of princesses are like probably like what, less than 15 in the story. But if we add the blog post princesses, that number shoots up to like 20 something. So there's a lot of princesses that like that. I think she's Glad Mary. Interesting. I think she's Glad Mary Jihad. Glad Mary Jihad in the Tower God story is still climbing the tower. I would assume whoever this princess is already a ranker. Maybe she's not. But because I'm assuming this takes place around 1,000 years before the main Tower God story took place. Kind of just from all these character ages we have going on, like from Yuri Leroux, like that kind of stuff. We have some character ages that we can kind of make a timeline for. So Glad Mary Jihad is a regular. It's a C rank regular at least. You know what I mean? She could be higher than that, but I think the last time we heard of her, she was a C rank regular. So I don't know. I mean, it's interesting. I don't think she's Glad Mary Jihad. I just picture Glad Mary Jihad being like, you know, she's the only Hendalock family member we know of. So I don't know why I would assume for her to look more defensive looking. You know what I mean? That's the whole Hendalock stuff. But maybe she is. Urek Mazino, your ticket will be mine tonight. Okay, so that's the end of that chapter. Going on to the next chapter, where I'm not really going to be pausing too much between chapters because we have 3 today. But yeah. She could be adopted though. Yeah. Yeah, just like the same thing as how I think Endorsi is from the Hendelock family, but she's adopted from into the Hendelock family. Like she's not really Hendelock. Like she doesn't call herself Hendelock or something like that. That's just what I think. She could, and because the translation is always weird. It's always been kind of vague in Tarragon if Dorsey is from a Tengrid families or is from a special family, which aren't the Tengrid families. But they're just kind of other royal families in the tower that princesses can also be chosen from. But it's definitely more rare because you have evidence for both. You know what I mean? Because there's translations in the past that says that she's from one of the Tengrid families. And there's other things like Lilia and Shiliel saying that she's not from royal blood or something, but that also could just mean that she's adopted. I don't know. Yeah, we also don't know her real name yet in Dorsey's. Makes sense, especially with what will be covered. Okay. Yeah, okay, cool. We see the princess stepping. I do hope we get a name for her, because I don't want to keep just calling her the princess, I guess. Your Highness. Who goes there? And she just like quickly with her hand. This dude, or girl, it's blue hair. No, it's a guy. Okay. It's just me. I was in the giant goat with you, remember? Oh, so this is another one of her pseudo teammates, I guess. I don't know. One of the three people that are going to try to steal the tickets. Yes, I do remember. I recommend that you try to be a little more discreet. Someone might see you. My apologies. I just wanted to make a proposal, that's all. What proposal? I'm assuming you picked that man as your prey. I think it'll be convenient if we work together, since I'm planning to take one of his friend's tickets. Why should I work with you exactly? I'm not trying to say you'd need a teammate, but I would still be honored if I could be on your team. Then I will remain loyal to you until the end of this test, and forever afterwards. I hate to disappoint you, but I'm a bit picky when it comes to my team. Interesting, alright. Episode 7, Lights Out. Hell yeah, you have a bunch of cans, with, in a bag. All this food and drinks are free with this ticket. This is awesome. Wow, the regulars in this second floor are having it way better than the regulars in season 1. In season 1, in the cafeteria, you still have to pay for everything with your points and everything. But here they're just having a cruise for free. Right? I bet this is what heaven is like. Evanco really downgraded this floor. Evanco was just like, you know what? There's some costs. I don't really want to focus on making this floor that well. Already hanging out without me? Oh, boss, what's up? I like Urek. Would you like to join us? Sure, party in our room. Heck yeah, let's go. I like these. I like all these characters so far. I don't think there has been a character that I haven't liked yet. Like main prominent character, at least. Come on. Oh, is that Evelyn? Yeah, that's definitely her hair. She's just staring. I'm guessing at Rue. Cheers. These are like sodas. This one says peach something. I can't really read it. Okay. Carbonated drinks. Is this what they call soda? You never had it before? Try a sip. It's really refreshing. Interesting. So, again, Rue's, they keep hinting things about like where Rue came from. So he's never had soda before. And that's not really a clue to anything. That just means that he's really secluded wherever he's from. Rue takes gulps. Wow, it's a bit strong. But I feel so good all of a sudden. Are they gonna play this up like soda is beer or like alcohol? That'd be funny. I forgot what other. There's other medias obviously that do that kind of stuff. Like they have milk and milk gets people drunk. Right? Bang. Are you already chugging soda on the first day? You freaking soda addicts. I don't know why that sentence is so funny to me. Are you already chugging soda on the first day? You freaking soda addicts. Rue and Rohan get scared. Stop corrupting my teammate, both of you. All that sugar's gonna ruin his body. Evelyn? That poor Tor. I love the comedy in this. I'm really enjoying the comedy in this side story. A little bit of silly. Yeah, true. Rachel had to eat apples. Yeah, because she couldn't afford anything else with her points or something like that. There's like 30 princesses. Yeah, 30 princesses in the blog, including blog post princesses, which also spoiler, well, that's one of the rules in the video that's going to come up. No blog post princesses, because guess what? We don't have anything. And less for my video formats where I show a lot of pictures. If there's no pictures, I can't really do anything with it. Yeah, and they have no feats. Like most of them are feetless. Some of them have maybe one little sentence of a description. I'm not using any blog post princesses. Not even Hagaferio and Jihad. I'm not using Hagaferio and Jihad in the list. So just like as a thing, no blog post princesses in the thing. Only mainline story princesses or princesses that I can actually use for a video. So yeah. The poor door. Is this what you wanted to come? Is this why you wanted to come over here, Rue? I never took you for such a delinquent. I'm very disappointed in you. She stabs him in the eye again. I'm so sorry. He's gonna go blind by the end of this climb. She still has a blood smear. Also, you can't be coasting up to these people. They're our enemies, you understand? Now repeat after me. It's really funny. Do you not find Gusting saying Anne is the most talented princess bias? That was Traumrite. That was not Gusting. But if he did say that, then sure. But that was definitely Traumrite who said that. Because Traumrite was kind of like explaining the whole thing. It was like, yeah, I was thinking back on the word bubbles, but no, that was definitely Trauma where you said that. I mean, I can even go back to the chapter if you want. But not right now, obviously. This is we must crush our enemies. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Die, die, die. She kind of scares me. She sounds like a really bad influence. Anyway, how was the training, Evelyn? He's still bleeding out of his eyes. He just starts sniffling. Evelyn? Are you sure? I swear it was Gusting. I mean, I can probably... I know what chapter it is. Give me 1 second. I know this is gonna derail it, but who cares? Just give me 1 second. I can definitely 100% find this chapter in a little bit. I was already in the original story because I was trying to grab screenshots for the videos, so it won't take that long. Where is it? It's after the book stuff, and maybe here. No, I went too far. If somebody can give me the chapter title, the chapter number, it'll be it could go faster. If you guys know it. Maybe this one? No, that was definitely after God. I thought I knew it, just like by heart, because that was like a pretty important chapter. There it is. There, I found it. Don't worry about it. Cool. It was earlier than I thought. I mean, later than I thought. I think it'll show up. Hopefully. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Here it is. Here's the chapter. And Jihad this is definitely Traumarai. And Jihad, the child born to you and blossomed. This is Traumarai. It keeps being Traumarai. She was the most gifted of all of the Jihad's princesses, but sadly she couldn't control herself, so she was sealed away by Jihad. Again, it wouldn't make sense if any of this was gusting, because she says, the child born to you and blossomed. This is all Traumarai talking. And it doesn't make sense again for the following thing. What she discovered wasn't one of Jihad's secret. It was merely part of the past that didn't need to be brung up. And again, it's still Traumarai talking. I understand how you feel, but Jihad was already punished. It makes sense. This whole scene just makes sense if Traumarai the entire time was talking about it. And Gusting didn't. Wasn't talking until afterwards. But yeah. More fluffy scenes before bad times. Yes, definitely. So I hope that cleared it up. This was definitely gotten Traumarai talking about Aunt Jihad. And I've also checked on fan translations. This wasn't like a mistranslation or anything like that. It was definitely Traumarai talking. Yeah, the only thing we need is to maintain. Yeah, it just makes sense if this is all Traumarai talking. It wouldn't make sense if it was Gusting. Now, let's go back to the main story. Yeah, it was Traumarai. And I even mentioned that fact in the video. So yeah, in the video that's gonna come out hopefully this weekend again. I don't know. Evelyn, she just sniffles. What the? She just starts chugging that thing down. Evelyn, that's what I'm talking about. Chug, chug. Oh my god. Rohan would totally be a dude who just says chug, chug. I've done it before. I've 100% done that before. What's wrong, Evelyn? What happened? Yep, and that helps eliminate mystery princesses being Jihad. Anyway, just from the assumed age, 100%. This I never thought for a second that was Aunt Jihad, because the timeline wouldn't again make sense. I'm hoping to maybe make a timeline video one day. It'd just be a really long video, and I wouldn't have that much images to show for it. So I'm really thinking about how I would do it. Maybe it would just be like, I don't know. I'll see. Because I already have the timeline. I already have like my timeline kind of branched out. Obviously, it's not the most confirmed. It's not confirmed at all because it's my how I see it. I have it on my channel. It's in what's it called? It's in I forgot what it was gonna say. I think the Tower God timeline looks like. But yeah. Yeah, Urek Mazino is much easier to tell who's saying what. 100%. That's also, thank you for saying that. That's also a great point that I want to bring up. Why I like this this new direction for the art and just the story is because if this is how it's going to be in season 4 too, it's going to be so much more easier to tell who's talking or who's not talking. Yeah. What's wrong, Evelyn? What happened? Look at all these fools laughing and drinking without a care. Another one, completely clueless as to what's coming for them. I would love it if Urek just kind of like went to the door, punched him, and then walked back in. Once the princess pounces on the silver-haired one, I'll take one of his friend's tickets. Also, I don't know why isn't Urek's hair blonde? Like, I guess it's silver. It's like a weird shade of silver. Never thought of it as silver, though. I don't know why I've always thought of his hair as, like, not as blonde as Jahad. Obviously, Jahad's, like, hair is pure gold and yellow or whatever. But I always thought of it more as a blonde hair. Oh, whatever. Doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Then she'll have no choice but to accept me as her teammate. I intend to benefit from your status and power, whether you like it or not. Your Highness. Did something go wrong in the training room? That woman, she made me do something I hate. That woman. So she's a scout. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, because Gisli is the scout teacher, and she's the only other woman test director, besides Heidi, who's a spear bearer. That makes sense. She's a Lopobia. I kind of associate some Lopobias with scouts. What? Who did that to you? My mentor. That's terrible, Evelyn. She sounds like a horrible mentor. What exactly did she do? She made me. This is gonna be goofy or serious. Touch a puppy. Oh, okay. That's absolutely unforgivable. Completely vile. Wait. A puppy? Yes, she starts crying. She told me to pet it, saying that I could become a talented animal because of my bloodline. But I said I didn't want to because I really hate touching animals. Oh, that's a very cute dog. It's a really funny image of this very innocent and cute dog with this just this silhouette of Gisli with her horns and her eyes shining. But yeah, she's trembling. That's something I didn't even realize, really. She's from the Lopobia family, but she hasn't really used Shinways. Then she yelled at me and called me a complete disgrace to the Lopobia family. Bring me more soda. I'm gonna drink the whole dang crate. The children of House Lopobia are often born with the talent to control living creatures as an anima. Interesting. Funny. It's fun that this story has these little info cards, kind of like the beginning of season 2 and season 1 too, kind of. No, it was more a thing in season 2 in the beginning, like Hell Train and before they kind of stopped being a thing past that point. But yeah, the little info card things, that's a nostalgic thing to bring back. But it's interesting that even though we know, obviously, because we read season 3 and all of Tower God, because there's always been Lopobias in every part, even part 1. It's cool that they include this information for people who maybe this is the first time reading something about them. Okay. I think I'm back. Is anyone else having the buffer wheel? I'm having the buffer wheel. Am I back? I hope I'm back. Sorry, my internet just completely went away. Yeah, okay. I think I'm back. We're good now. Cool. Sorry about that. Okay, hopefully that doesn't happen again. But it seems like everything's good with the stream. Nothing sounds weird. And everything seems fine now. Okay, I'm just gonna read from here. Hopefully, I think that's where. Let me just see where it actually went off. Oh, actually, it went even further. Okay, so I just ended it off that sentence before, basically just saying it's good that it's cool that SIU does this information stuff for people who haven't seen Tower God, like the original. So yeah, here you go. I'm so sorry, I had no idea. So, do you just dislike dogs in general? No, it's not like that. I like cute animals, I really do. I just don't want to touch them because I always end up breaking them. Yeah, and this is where I left off. I read all this, so I just said interesting, and that's kind of like when I realized that the stream kind of went down. Fingers crossed for a good stream. Yes, thank you. Thank you for crossing your fingers for my stream. Evelyn. So that's very interesting about that whole point of the of her breaking animals, I guess. We've never seen a Lopopia really have that issue. But it makes her unique, definitely. So I wonder if her arc in the story is going to be overcoming that fear of animals and actually being able to control an animal. Shinwei. Hey, how was your training session? Oh, is this Neo? Come on, say something instead of just eavesdropping like a creep. I didn't know. I didn't think you'd know. Of course I did, I'm not that clueless. He just kind of slides into the room. The training was fine, nothing special. There was a simple test, where I was asked to create this. Whoa, okay, so he makes a bong out of Shinsu. I love the detail of, like, it's not just the perfect sphere. There's like some dripping effects of it. And also, I don't know if this is just how they're making Shinsu look, or if he actually is turning Shinsu, or if he's actually able to manipulate Shinsu into water. Or just like, not water, like the purest form of Shinsu is a liquid, water looking thing. So if he's actually able to control it in that state, then he's a very talented wave controller. Definitely. But I don't know if that's how they're just making Shinsu look like, because Danjon was also, this Shinsu was also very water like. But he's a ranker, so it makes sense for him. Create this. Wait, is that Shinsu? Yeah, because even in season 1, the bongs and things didn't, at least in the webtoon, in the anime it was different, but in the webtoon, bongs and Shinsu didn't actually look like water. They looked like a glowing white yellowish thing, because being able to control water, Shinsu is supposed to mark you as a very talented individual, like Hansung Yu or Bomb, basically. I'd imagine just art style, unless they state otherwise. I wonder because I think they're setting up Neo to also be a very genius wave controller. I know what that is. Danjon was using that exact same power. It's nowhere near as powerful as his, but yes. I've been dying to learn that stuff. Can you teach me? All right. He's only been training for a day, and here he knows how to use Shinsu as a rookie regular who's basically just a no one, but nobody. That is very interesting, because I think because Bomb was able to like standardly use Shinsu by the basically the first day, right? The first time he's ever been shown Shinsu, he was able to make a little bit of Shinsu in his hands. So obviously he's like immensely talented for even doing that, and that's kind of like how Loro used as an example to show talent. But this is different. This is a whole bong of Shinsu that Neo created. So and that took Bomb 2 weeks to learn. So that's interesting. Maybe Neo already knew how to manipulate Shinsu before he started climbing the tower. And that's why he got chosen. I have to keep an eye on him. Teach me. He's definitely got some skills. Didn't Loro use Shinsu during the Crown game? Yes. Yes, he also did. But he's from the Fonsicle family. Apparently, people from the families have a contract to using Shinsu when they're born. I think in Laura's case, he actually made his when he was asleep or something. I don't know. So he was able to use Shinsu before. All the other people were. But he's, again, from one of the Tengu families, Fonsicle, literally from the Eurasia family, which are the best Shinsu manipulators in the tower, right? I mean, the Eurasia Blossom is the best wave controller in the tower, so it's kind of not really the same thing. Because Neo, like Evelyn said, is just, I mean, to her, somebody from the Tengu family is a quote-unquote nobody. She wouldn't think of Loro as a nobody because he's from the Eurasia family. She would say, oh, that makes sense. You know what I mean? And even then, Kun and some other people in the Crown game were like, there's actually somebody among us who can use Shinsu. Or something like that. Someone said that. I don't actually know if it was Kun or not. But, yeah. So it's still really impressive. I'll check the tickets at midnight, which gives me about 4 hours. There's no need to rush. I've already got a plan. I'll make my move 30 minutes before they check the tickets. Fonsicle is a Eurasia branch, to be specific, for what that matters. Yeah, it's a branch family of the Eurasia, but it's still part of the Eurasia family. It's kind of like saying, you know what I mean? It's kind of like how a branch family of Lopobia, they're still Lopobias. That's kind of how I look at the Eurasia branch, because they're still part of the main family. They're just a branch of that family. I think we know that almost every single family has branches. To some extent, again, some more than others. The Lopobia have like 20 branches, kind of. I think in current day there's less than 20 branches, but whatever. Point being is that at some point they had 20 branches. And then I know the Ha family has a lot of branches. Not a lot, like they have branches. We know they have branches. I don't remember if it was specifically said that Novik was from a branch of the Ha family. I think it was just stated that he was from a branch. But yeah. There's no need to rush. I got a plan. I'll make a move 30 minutes before they check the tickets. When all the regulars are supposed to have their tickets on them. Okay. About 4 hours later. Okay, we time jump. Sorry about that. Make sure they get back safe. Of course, I'll be back. No, one more round, more drinking games. We're going back to our rooms now, Evelyn. That's funny. Okay, now that everyone's gone, teach me how to use Shinsu, or whatever it's called. I think we should fix that door first, so no one can just peek in. It might be broken. Yeah, that's funny. Bang! Teach me, teach me, teach me. And then he just bangs the door shut, and then he rushes back. Phew, he's like a little kid. She's drunk. Yeah, she's drunk off that carbonation. Shinsu is the sick. Okay, so we're gonna get an explanation on Shinsu. This might be interesting because my last video was literally a Shinsu explanation video. So I want to see if there's any new information that they're actually showing here that I didn't include in that video. Shinsu is the sacred substance that flows through the tower. This tower. I like the special effects. It allows us to breathe, eat, sleep, and despair. Interesting. Neo is a very interesting character, and I wonder where they're gonna go with their character. In any case, Shinsu can be concentrated into a defined space and used in various ways. This space is referred to as a bong. They name dropped bong. That's cool. How do you make a bong? There are two ways. Oh, so we're actually going to get into the specifics on what. Like, we had all these terms and conditions, like these things called like mu and su, tension, all these kind of things. But we didn't really get like a character in the story being like, this is how you do it. Very in depth. I hope that they go in depth. You can either draw Shinsu out of the. You can either draw you can either draw the Shinsu that's flowing through your body, or compress the Shinsu that exists in the space around you. Okay. The second one I know of, but the first one's interesting. I guess that makes sense because some Shinsu techniques like exhaust you. So that would make more sense of like why that would happen. Like why would it exhaust you if everyone's using Shinsu from the outside? Like why? Maybe like the concentration is what makes people tired. But some people like Ron, like using a spear technique makes them exhausted. So that makes sense that you're actually taking the Shinsu that's inside your body and then pushing it out and then using a technique. That's actually pretty interesting. We didn't actually know. We knew that people in the tower had their own designated flow of Shinsu. You know, I even mentioned that in the video, but we didn't know that you actually like took that Shinsu out of your body to make something. Personally, I try to utilize the first method as much as possible. Controlling the Shinsu in the environment is a skill that even those with rare talents can only acquire after many years of training. Also, I did not just ignore the bomb. I saw the bomb. The rare 25th bomb in the story, yes. Which he's a great example. Yeah, he is a great example from just drawing Shinsu in from the environment. We saw that in season 1. We see that again in season 3 with the Shinsu loops. So he's a great example to use for that. Well, how do you draw out your Shinsu? You just have to visualize it. Visualize it. Oh, so again, I love this. So we're going in depth on this stuff. Imagine an empty round sphere floating in front of you. Now picture poking a hole in your body, both in yourself and that sphere, and then connecting them with a tube. Interesting. That's an interesting way to put it. And wow. And using that tube to connect to channel the Shinsu inside of you into the sphere. That's how you create a bong and fill it with Shinsu. Okay, I'm visualizing the sphere and the tube. Going in depth on bong creation 100%, and I love that actually. That's so cool. I kind of wish I would have been able to put it in my own video that I literally put out last week, I think. But whatever. Not that big of a deal, but it's very cool information to know now. And it definitely is another layer to the complexity of using Shinsu. Okay, I'm visualizing the sphere in the tube. Create a bong and fill it. Fill it. Fill it, and then you just see the bong exploding. He opens his eyes, there's nothing there. Nothing happened. Of course, no one can pull this off on their first try. Didn't you learn this earlier today too? I happen to be a prodigy. Okay, calm down. I love how you're just, alright, calm down, buddy. No, but I mean, so there's two possibilities. It could, like, going back to the thing I questioned earlier about the art style, or if it's just Neo being a prodigy. It could be Neo being a prodigy and being able to use Shinsu like water. Because it wouldn't contradict anything we've already know. If Neo is also a prodigy like Hansung Yu and Bomb, he'd also be able to use Shinsu like that. Okay, calm down. Weird, I thought I was doing it. This is something most regulars can never accomplish. Don't be discouraged if it doesn't happen for you. Fill the sphere. Fill it. I mean, it's true. I mean, Kun even had trouble in the hidden floor arc to make a bong. Like, he only made one. And Hansung Yu was like, how can you be so bad at Shinsu? You're from one of the 10 great families, or whatever. Unless you're a wave controller, unless you're in that position, you're gonna have some difficulties doing it as a regular, at least. When you become a ranker, you probably will be able to use Shinsu way more effectively. Heck, you can even use it for flying and stuff like that. So, yeah. I don't think not being able to create a bong is, even as a regular, like going up through your entire climb, I don't think that's that big of an issue. I mean, everyone uses Shinsu differently, but creating a bong specifically is definitely a wave controller thing, at least for regulars. Fill the sphere, fill it, and then you just see. So he's actually succeeding in it, and it is ginormous. My god, imagine if it didn't. I'm assuming again this is his bong, Urek's bong, because that's kind of how it's being portrayed. Like, Urek is very lucky that it didn't. It's like outside of the ship, I think that's how it looks like. And yeah, also it's interesting. I was thinking about this earlier. It's interesting because he said poking a hole in your body and putting the Shinsu in your body that flows through your body into the sphere of, and then that's how you make a bong. How does that work for Urek? Because would Urek be poking a hole in himself and then he's putting basically the power of light into the sphere, making it different from Shinsu? Like, he's not filling a bong with Shinsu, he's filling it with this power of light thing. It's very interesting, and it's interesting to, if he's actually using Shinsu here, or if this is all the power of light because of the visuals of it. Director down. Oh, what? Okay, wait a minute. I'm gonna. Director Danjon. What is it? He just has. Why? I love Danjon. Why? Also, are those his actual arms? I thought those were his like gauntlets things or something. But are those his real arms? Like, did he lose his arms and these are like prosthetics or something? Because he's sleeping with them on. Like, I don't know if you guys can see it clearly, but he's sleeping with those gold arm things. That's interesting. So he's filling it so much it's overflowing. Yeah. An enormous being has appeared beneath the ship. What? I think just... Oh my god. I'm very much enjoying Dan John's character. Looks like you have a similar actor to Bonehead with the headwear. I'm very excited to see both Haku and Joe's reaction to these chapters after I'm done with this live stream. What in the world is going on out here? Oh my god, he has a... Wait a minute. I want to zoom in on this. He has a bunny. Why did he bring the bunny out? Why did he also take the bunny with him? What? Oh my goodness, Dan John. Right over here, Director Dan John. Dan John just looks at the glowing sphere and the at the ship. The hell? and back in the room, Urek thinks he's not making anything. I'm trying so hard, but nothing's happening. I told you, not everyone can do it. Damn it! And it just keeps bursting in with energy. It's getting even bigger. Oh god. For his stress, I suppose. That's funny. Attention all regulars aboard the cruise. Everyone just starts falling over. What the? Due to unexpected weather conditions, we made an urgent change to the course of this cruise. Unexpected weather conditions. Please brace yourselves for turbulence. I repeat, all regulars aboard this cruise. Why does it feel like everything's spinning? Please brace yourselves for turbulence. I wonder what that could be. Something must be happening outside the cruise. I'll go check it out. I need to use the restroom anywhere. What the hell is this? Where did that bong come from? I have no idea. It appeared out of nowhere. Where's the head director? He left the cruise without telling us where he was heading. He must be at the castle again. Oh, so he's talking about... What is he talking about here? The castle. He's talking about the floating ship? I mean the floating castle. Because they're on a cruise going somewhere else in the floor. To I guess half the ground game. So maybe he's thinking that he's back in the... You know, like the castle, like the floating ship that is standard to see in the second floor, where most of season 1 took place. Well, we can't let this bang crash the ship. Go fetch Test Director Baskerville. Yes, Dan John. Yes, Director. Interesting. So he's calling the wave controller to see what he can do. In all my years as a ranker, I've never seen a bang that shines like this. That's again, they even mentioned in the story, so I wonder if this is actually Shinsu being poured into this bang, or if it's the power of, like, Urek's power, the power of light. Your hair looks like what? Your hair looks like garbage. Huh? Did the Shinsu just talk to me? You're an ugly... Was I just imagining it? It's getting bigger. Side character. This is again making me not think this is actually Shinsu that's being poured out of this thing. Like because the thing is talking, the bong is talking. What's going on out there? Are we about to crash? That annoying Lopobia woman is sleeping in her room, and this chaos has broken out. And now this chaos has broken out. while the two of them are separated from the rest of the group. He takes out a needle. This might just be my lucky day. Who knows what's happening outside? There's a lot of cracks and stuff. He takes off his coat. But this is the perfect opportunity to strike. Oh, I like the use of the color green to see how he's turning around. Rohan is. Watch out! Rohan tackles Rue out of the way. Oh, but he actually did get sliced. Rohan! Who the hell are you? Are you alright? What a shame. I was going for the kill. I mean, this dude did survive in the goat, so he must be pretty strong. I was hoping to get the muscular ones first, tickets first. Oh wait, never mind, I read that wrong. I was hoping to get the muscular one's ticket, since he's the silver-haired one's teammate. Oh, I thought he was going for Rue immediately, but no, he was going for Rohan. Interesting. I thought he was going for Rue because Rohan tackled Rue out of the way. But honestly, I just need to get a ticket before time runs out. I guess... Oh, now he's gonna set his eyes on Rue. I'll just take the other one's ticket then. After all, it only makes sense. He smirks to go after the weakest one in the pack. He's dressed very, like, elegantly. And his needle is also, like, theming with his outfit. We cut to the man's restroom. What the ship's shaking. The lights are out. I can't even make that damn bang thing. And now I'm getting seasick too. Blood. Urek. Somebody just bangs the door open. Mazino. Oh wow. Okay, it's her. Ah. What the? This is the men's restroom. Really, Urek? That's what you're worried about? Yes, I'm well aware. That's why you're here. Does no one in this story know how to open the freaking door? A freaking door? Hold on. Don't tell me. You're here to ask me out on a date? Oh god, Urek. Keep dreaming. I'm here for your ticket, Mazino. What? That's the only way to qualify for the next test, according to the test director. You're talking about this thing? Yes. I figured you were up to something when I saw you getting on the cruise. Does it have to be my ticket? No, I can take whatever ticket I please. What are you coming after me for then? Are you stalking me? Once again, keep dreaming. You're ridiculous. I like the copy and paste panel. That's a good use of a copy and paste panel. Well, let me remind you. He points at himself. I'm pretty damn strong. the goddamn meme of the censorship of the Urek and Lustlike fight, I think it was, where Urek cursed that, like, he says I forgot what he said in the fan translation, but the webtoon translation just changed it to the "I'm pretty damn strong" thing. Everyone hated it, which was really funny. Well, I'd say it's Shinsu since we're able to recognize it as such, though they're misunderstanding it, I suppose. Maybe, again, just because it's able to talk, I don't think it's Shinsu. And also because of the visuals and all that stuff, I don't think it's Shinsu. But maybe they're I understand where you're coming from. They're able to recognize it as Shinsu, but we don't know really how the power of light differs from Shinsu, Like Shinsu clearly reacts to the power of light. So I don't know. The force sensors can be a little amusing sometimes. Yeah. Personally, I don't want you to be disqualified. So you should really try looking for someone else. No, I want your ticket, no one else's. I like to go for the strongest one. Whether I'm choosing a teammate or hunting prey. I do really like her needle. Her needle design is super cool. And her design is just really good in general. And that was the end of this chapter. Okay, going immediately to the last chapter. Chapter 8 of Urek Mazino. I'm 100% passing out after this. Oh my goodness. But yeah. Let's just, like I said, we're not really gonna be, I'm gonna be giving my thoughts more at the end. I'm not really gonna be talking in between chapters. Let's just skip this. We already read it. Urek Mazino. Oh, I like how they did this one, where it's like, the font is white, and instead of gold. Episode 8, Ghost. So, we're really gonna do this. Same, I like her needle too, yeah. A lot of the needle designs in this, the spin-off has been really interesting. Like, they're not just needles. Like, Evelyn's needle looked really cool. Her needle looks really cool. Even the dude who stabbed Rowan last chapter had a unique needle design. I don't like the idea of hitting a woman, you see. I'm a gentleman. But if you insist, I accept your challenge. I just love Urek saying, I'm a gentleman, you see. Such a dork. The place keeps rumbling, Neo's walking through. The ship itself is shaking. What could possibly be causing this? He looks over a corner. Oh, and he finds Rohan and Rue with this dude. Rue looks scared. Oh, and we're focusing again on his pattern on his shirt. Oh, and does Neo recognize it? Because Urek did say that they had a similar smell or something like that. He said Neo's was more faint than Rue. Are Rue and Neo from the same place? Damn it. Is Neo saying damn it? Oh, that's just adding more to the mystery of Rue. Rue, would you mind getting me a glass of water? The blue-haired bum, versus the bro duo. Rue, would you mind getting me a glass of water? I'm really, really thirsty. Rue. Evelyn's just comatose from the soda. There's silence. Rue? I swore he was disqualified in the last test. What? Seriously? What is he, some kind of ghost? Hey, why are you attacking us anyway? Why? So he pulls out some, like, needles, like tiny needles. Why should I tell you? He just chucks them all. Bro. Wow. Again, he just, Rohan just being a bro and just taking all these needles that were going to impel Rue. For what, if they become allies for whatever reason. Rohan. Yeah, Rohan is messed up. He already got, well, if we're counting each individual one, he's already been attacked 5 times by this dude. This could be the perfect chance to get both their tickets. he starts laughing, and is Neo gonna get involved? Because Neo's, out of all the regulars, he's probably like, I think he was in like the top 6 that like were able to follow the movements of the goat's hands or stuff, indicating that he was really, really talented. You see steps forward. Hey you, yeah, the weak-looking ghost. I thought that goat statue swallowed you whole. Oh, it's Evelyn. Evelyn actually said that. And Neo is like from behind. This dude is cornered right now. He has Evelyn, Neo, Rue, and Rohan. I know Rue is not really gonna do anything, but... And Rohan is already kind of injured, but still. I'd love to know how you managed. I love that panel. To crawl out of its belly. That's so... that's intimidating. He just keeps walking up with that face. You... Evelyn... oh, and Neo turns around. So she was... he was gonna get involved. And he just... walks away now. I thought you passed out from all the drinking. Drinking? I don't drink alcohol. It's terrible for your body. No, I saw that kid carrying you to your room. You were completely incoherent. First of all, I drank soda, not alcohol. My goodness, aren't you naive? Which means I was just faking it. I mean, no one actually gets drunk on carbonation. Interesting. I wonder if she really was faking it, or if she's just lying right here to save face. But if she was faking it, that's funny. Awesome. This bum is about to get jumped. You are faking it, but I suppose you could say. God damn it. I got drunk on Rue's kindness as he carried me back to the room. So she was faking it so Rue could carry her back. Damn. That makes sense. What? Blood gross. I love Rohan. Rohan's growing on me every chapter. Oh my goodness. She just stabs him in the eyes again. Ah, my eyes. He got the Rue treatment. Yep, Rue X Evelyn forever, 100%. I really hope they don't die. I really hope in the series a lot of these characters don't die, because I like all these characters. Anyway, I don't know how you managed to return from the dead. But I won't let you harass my teammate like this. Oh yeah? What are you gonna do about it? And just immediately see a punch coming in his face. Just pow. Oh my goodness, there's so much blood. I really like that panel. You really see the momentum of the fist. And wow, that's a lot of blood. I think he might be dead. Honestly. No, he's not dead. Oh, okay. Is that even a question? Come on, try to use your brain a bit. We're in the inner tower, not your mommy's little house. She scares me. You think this is your living room? What? You touch what belongs to me? Damn, you touch what belongs to me, really? And then she's cracking her knuckles. You die. Damn, I love these panels of Evelyn. Yeah. Great family strength there, 100%. Yeah. What did you just say to me? You pathetic little girl. Dude, you're gonna die. I'm surprised you didn't die off that first punch. You are going to die. He lunges at her. She sidesteps it. What's really pathetic? is the fact that you can fight to save your life. He just, yeah, she just winds up another punch and just decks him in the face really hard. She staggers and she looks like she's about to kick him. Yeah, she just like jumps up and kicks him in the face. Yeah, she's destroying this dude. Oh my goodness, she's doing an aura thing. She's going full JoJo's on this dude and beating the crap out of him. Yeah, she just destroying this guy. Like, she does not, she could have killed him in one punch. I believe that, in my opinion, but she's doing this to torture this dude at this point. Like, if this dude survives this, I don't know how. Oh my goodness, she destroyed the wall. Like, she destroyed the actual infrastructure of this place. And that is so much blood. And this dude's dead. I don't believe it. I'm not gonna believe it if this dude survives. He's a ghost if he actually returns from this. He just slumps over. Evelyn, impressive. So this is the power. So that's the power of the 10 great families. Yeah, she just, again, that shot of Evelyn's so good, where her looking down at him. There's a call, a thing, like an announcement booth thing. Attention all regulars, we will begin checking your boarding passes shortly. Please make sure you have your tickets. Good old knuckled sandwich, 100%. Attention all regulars who will check in your boarding passes for the next 10 minutes. Ticket, what the heck? I just started reading and I didn't even realize who is this, Casper? What the heck? Tickets, let me see your ticket. Oh, wait, what was the chapter this is called? Was this Ghost or something? Yeah, it was Ghost. Episode 8 Ghost. Is this why? Please make sure to have your tickets ready. And there's the ghost of the chapter. Yeah. If you don't, he just, oh wow, he just really grins menacingly. I'll swallow you whole. Okay, so we're cutting to the actual fight between the princess and Urek. The princess thrusts forward with her needle, and she keeps thrusting multiple times, and Urek seems to dodge all of them. Again, the art's clean, and she looks really good. She swings again, pierces again, and Urek very nimbly dodges out of the way. Nice try. It looks like she's, it looks like she like turned, I don't know actually what she's doing, but it looks like she like turned the direction of where she was going to strike. It hit the ground, screeching, and then she swiped, and then he managed to, Urek still managed to dodge it. A princess of Jihad, huh? She's definitely a league. She's definitely in a league of her own compared to the other regulars. Hey, is it true that the king of this tower is your father? Not biologically, no, but he is indeed my father. What does that even mean? Does Urek not know about adoptions? His Majesty is, in a way, my adoptive father. House Jihad selects the most talented young girls within the tower to become its princesses, granting them the power of the king and sending them forth to climb the tower. I very much like the callback to season 1 with the shoe, like the whole thing about Endorsi comparing the princesses of Jihad, like shoes in Jihad's display case, and she was like, sometimes those shoes walk off on their own, like she was comparing that to like the original Anak Jihad or Garam. Sounds complicated. Not really. I'm amazed you don't even know about the princesses of Jihad. Your foolishness truly knows no bounds. She stabs again. Fair, but only in this tower. Anyway, if I win this fight, will you do a quick favor before you go? Keeps the shoe analogy will march on. Yes. She slashes again. It seems like Urek is dodging or ducking. A ticket falls out. It looks like she threw the ticket, but I guess maybe it just... I'm guessing that's Urek's ticket that fell out. What favor? She spins. Yeah, nothing too big. And she spins and she actually back kicks him like a horse. Yeah, nothing too big, and he gets like pushed back a little bit. Yeah, I'm guessing that's Urek's ticket. Maybe it fell out of his jacket or something, or pocket. I just want to meet the king of this tower. She looks at him. Unfortunately, she taps back, meeting King Jihad might just be the most difficult thing in this entire tower. Even we princesses are not granted an audience at will. Interesting. What? But he's your father. Only a princess who owns one of the 13 months may be allowed to meet with the king. So that's new information. We did not know that, actually. We knew, obviously, the 13-month series princesses were the elites among the princesses. And like they were like the chosen or whatever. But they we didn't know that. We didn't know that only the princesses who couldn't own a 13-month weapon would then be allowed to meet Jihad. It's very interesting. So Yuri, Garam. So I'm thinking of the people. Yuri, Garam, Mashini, Adori, obviously, and Jihad. Who else? I think the rest are blog post princesses. Oh wait, no, the original Anak Jihad had the Green April, and the rest I think are blog post princesses that we don't know who. Like Outfit Jihad, or who had the Luminous June, I think, or something like that. Hagafarion had the Red October. The rest are blog post princesses. Makes sense they'd be selective. I think so. But I think that's the first time in the story they actually said that. The 13 months. Oh, that's cool. Wait a minute. We actually get to see more of them. So this is definitely the Green April. This is the Black March, I'm assuming. This one let me zoom into this actually. This one looks like a sword. And if the old lore is still to be somewhat accurate, the only swords in the 13-month series we know of are the Luminous June and the Red October. We don't really see like shades of colors in these that well. But I'm assuming this is the Luminous June then. And then this looks like a shield. I mean, we know not all the 13 weapons are like I'm assuming the yellow mace, a spear, the one that Mashini has. There's this little tip of this one, but we can't really see it that well. This could be a shield. It could also be some type of inventory or pocket or something like that. We do know one of them is an inventory. I think that's the rainbow on December is an inventory. Yeah. And I'm assuming, I don't know, I'm assuming that the yellow, I mean not the yellow, the golden November is a carrier. Kind of like Dumas's carrier that he had. Because the only information we knew about Adore before she was introduced was that she owned the Golden November, and that she also had a carrier as a weapon. So I kind of combined those two facts together to think that the Golden November is a carrier. It refers to a series of 13 weapons bestowed by King Jahad himself. A princess who receives one of the 13 months earns the right to stand before the king. That's the only reason I'm climbing this tower. Once I receive my weapon, I'll go see the king. And kill him. That kind of... Okay, this is making me think that she's not actually from one of the families. Because I can't really see a reason why somebody from the families would want to kill Jahad. Unless something very traumatic happened because of Jahad. But again, it's interesting. This makes her character a lot more interesting to me. Urek, huh? Or the caps. I love this. I really like this panel. There's a bit, what a twist, although it's a bit of a tall ask. Yeah, is the one an oval shaped? Yeah, one of them is kind of like an oval. It kind of looks like a shield thing. Yeah, one of them looks like kind of like that. How she plan on killing him? I don't know. I don't know. People, I mean, Kel Halam thought he could kill Jahad, even if he thought Jahad was sleeping in his palace or whatever. Maybe she doesn't know about like the whole immortality contract thing. Because again, Kel Halam also probably wouldn't know that information because he tried again to go kill him, assassinate him. I don't know. There's people who know things and people who don't know things. Not everyone knows the same information. Like, she'd probably, again, like she said, she probably doesn't know about the contract with the thing, and also doesn't know about the, like, whatever. So, she's not going to be able to, obviously, again. But still, it's interesting that she wants to. Is it just me, or did somebody say that in the first part of the story too? The Anak reference. Shut it. The difference lies in the details. That's really funny. The fourth wall breaks. How about this then? I'll help you get your hands on one of those 13 months or whatever they're called. Then in return, you'll let me have. You'll let me meet with Jahad. If he turns out to be a jerk, if it turns out he's a jerk, that'll even help you kill him. Honestly, hey, be fair. She might be the luckiest person in the tower too, because if that happens, if she gets Mazino on her side, that's legitimately a way she could kill Jahad. Like, that's like the only way she could potentially kill Jahad if Urek does it for her, which we know in the current day story, he doesn't want to kill Jahad. For whatever reason, we don't know. If you think I'm going to, attention, all regulars, we will be boarding. Okay, so they were just the same thing that we already heard. You're getting the same announcements. The 10 minutes thing. Please have your tickets ready. Already. Well, it's a good thing. The ticket's on the ground. I prepared for exactly this moment. Mazino. You dropped your ticket. He looks down at the ticket on the ground. He reaches out. Crap, I didn't even notice. And then there's a big whoosh. Oh, and a slash, and there's another ticket. Oh, did she drop another, like a fake ticket on the ground to make him pick that up, and then she went for his actual one? Wait, that's my ticket. She snatches it in the air as he grabs the other one. Oops, sorry. This one's your ticket. Damn. Huh? What's this one then? I took it earlier from another regular. Damn, that's petty. That's so petty. She already had a ticket and she was like, no, I want yours, only yours. That's petty as crap. That's really funny, actually. When I boarded the cruise, I dropped it underground to make it look like it was yours. I mean, I guess that's also like smart in a way, just in case she couldn't get his ticket. I mean, she said she planned for this to be the order of events or whatever, but but you know what I mean, is that she I guess it's somewhat smart to have a backup ticket just in case you can't get his, just to be completely sure you don't get dropped out. I dropped it on the ground to make it look like it was yours. You see, the only ticket I'm after is yours. Again, that's so petty. That's like next level petty. Though with how the current story is, the princess probably doesn't make it all the way. Probably not. Ooh, that's true. That's very true. Again, it'd be I think I want all these characters to kind of survive this, but being realistically, one of them isn't gonna survive this, and I think the one that's not gonna survive this is the princess. I think maybe the princess even more than Rue, because we haven't heard anything about this princess, and I feel like she would be a big deal to bring up in the story. I don't know, in the mainline story. So I think even more than Rue, I understand a lot of people think Rue's gonna die because of the hat. But I think even more than Rue, the princess has the most death flags out of anyone here. You tricked me? Precisely. If I can hold on to your ticket until a crew member shows up, I win. She puts it in her like combat boot. Or just boot, I don't know. Whoa, what the hell? Why would you put it in there? God damn it, Urek. It made perfect bait. Yep. Go on. Take it. If you ever touched a woman's legs before, damn. You're just getting roasted left and right. You're just like, I really like that. That's really funny. You think I won't? I will. I'm gonna touch your legs all over. Now you're creeping me out. I thought you wanted me to take the ticket. Is this where the whole Urek is a creeper thing comes from? That'd be funny if this is the start of this. Well, do your best. She spins the needle. If you can't even do that, I'll teach you that talks of. Okay, I thought I was reading it wrong, but no, it is. I'll teach you that talks of killing the king isn't something you babble in front of someone who's truly desperate about it. Sorry, that first sentence messed me the heck up. She looks like she's like activating her Shinsu or something like that. It's all purple. Oh, and Urek notices it. She suddenly seems different somehow. It's almost like something is seeping into her body. We do know, because we do know that she has like the power. I think it was like the power to be possessed or something. We saw that earlier. So is that what she's doing right here? Tickets. Oh, is that the ghost? Let me see your tickets. And he just like waltzes in. What is that thing? It wants to see my ticket? Let me see your ticket. Wait, is that the crew member? Tickets. You. Urek looks surprised. Those aren't your own tickets. I won't allow any stowaways. Shoot. Hold on. This is all misunderstanding. He turns like red. No stowaways. No stowaways. Okay, I get it. Just give me a second and I'll get my ticket back. Stop. The test director gave me permission to. No stowaways. No stowaways. Being on the cruise. He like grows even more red. Without your ticket. He like multiplies. What the heck is this dude? What the heck is forbidden? Forbidden. Forbidden. Get away from me. What is going on? He just multiplied multiple times. Forbidden. Forbidden. The penalty is to be devoured. He just grows huge. Death to all stowaways. So you're challenging us to a fight, right? Well, if that's how it works, I'm not. She looks at him as Urek smiles. Complaining. And they both square up. I like how that panel is. I'm really liking how the text bubbles show you who's talking, and I like how it's being used to show that both of them are talking at the same time with the colors, the red and the purple. Complaining, and then they both strike a fighting pose. I really like their dynamic. I think playing more into this dynamic will be really fun later on too. Didn't I tell you to fetch Director Vasquez? Where is he? We're scouring the ship, sir, but there's no sign of him. He's also not here. Interesting. But we'll keep searching. Damn it. What? Wait. What is this? The Shinsu is flowing. The Shinsu is following the cruise, as if it has a mind of its own. And is that right? Ray, I forgot his name too. Rahab. I think that's him. Yeah, that's him. He's floating towards the Shinsu. Huh? It looks like something strange has unfolded in my absence. Who in the world could have created a bang that massive? Seriously? What the hell? He's gone. I don't see him anywhere. Oh, we're cutting back to this dude. Like, this is like the scene of where I was talking about earlier in the live stream, where this, I'm assuming Ranker was chucking that Shinsu at somebody who looked like Ru, and looked like he killed him, but I guess he ran away. Didn't I tell you to make sure he was dead? Chongyum? Oh, I'm probably butchering that name. Chongyum. Guillaume. I'm just gonna say Chongyum. Phew, Rahab will probably give me an earful. Well, we got something to do. You got to do something. If he comes into contact with any of the regulars, the one who swallowed the light will. Hey, let's not jinx it. Interesting. the one who swallowed the light, that's Pentaminum's group, like the Pentaminum people. So Pentaminum was not the only one, or are they talking about Pentaminum? Are they talking about Pentaminum, or are they talking about some of his followers? If that's the case, they could be, maybe Pentaminum was not the only person who entered the tower. Maybe Pentaminum and some of his followers also entered the tower. That's interesting. Hey, let's not jinx it. I'll just track the scent of his blood. Kill him. And I guess he just flies away. Or something. Or there's something in the distance. Maybe that's Urek's Shinsu. Oh, that's it. Urek Mazino. That's the end of chapter 8. I wonder where what thing I'm gonna, I guess I'll just leave it on this dude's face. I'm not gonna look for another panel. Actually, no, I know another panel that I actually like a lot that I'm gonna stop at. It was this one. I really did like this one. There you go. Perfect. Alright, so Pervert Mazino will never stop the rumors, yeah. Why does she hate Jihad so much? Don't know. Have no idea. I'm assuming it's gonna get explained in this short story. And now I'm even more hesitant to say that she's from one of the Sangred families, because I wouldn't think that she would hate Jihad so much if she was one from the Sangred families. Maybe she's adopted into one of them or something. The mysterious dude became important fodder for later, I suppose. Don't know. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Interesting. Very, very interesting. So there's gonna be this other dude who also looks like Rue. Maybe he's also an important character in the story. Interesting, because he's not dead apparently. Very interesting. Now we know that Pentaminum possibly didn't come into the tower alone. Maybe some of his followers followed him, because his followers were called the one who swallowed the light or something. Not Pentaminum himself. Interesting. And if that's the case, maybe Pentaminum did enter the tower, because I'm assuming the Pentaminum incident still happened, because Han Sung Yu even mentioned it in the original Tower God story. So I always assumed that Pentaminum just entered into the 135th floor, killed all Jihad's rankers, and then talked to Jihad or something. Are they regulars too? I don't know. I don't know if this yellow haired dude or any of this, they might be irregulars. Yeah, they might be other irregulars. But I don't know. They kind of talked about them separately, so I'm guessing maybe the person who like the person in charge of everyone, like of Rahab, of this yellow haired dude, and whoever was in the pocket, maybe they're an irregular too. We don't know how many followers of Pentaminum there are. But yeah, if they did come from outside the tower, they would be irregulars too. Interesting. It's also interesting, if they came into the tower from Pentaminum, did they get separated from Pentaminum, and they're also in the second floor with Urek, somewhere in the second floor with Urek, and Pentaminum just went straight to the top where Jihad was. Very interesting. I wonder how all this is going to turn out, and I wonder if we're going to meet the people that to swallow the light or whatever. No, but these chapters are super fun. We got explanations of Shinsu, we got explanation of the 3 months, some more lore about the princesses and like who's allowed to meet Jihad. We got the promised death match, or quote unquote. I don't think Urek would kill Dan John, but who knows, maybe he would. We got the death match between Danjon and Urek to look forward to. I guess this fight with this ghost and the princess and Urek. We get to see more of Rahab's. I'm guessing Rahab's reaction to the Shinsu, the Shinsu orb that Urek is making is gonna maybe shine some more light on like his group, because we saw their group in the second episode where they were like, I think there were like 6 people with Rahab, and they were all covered in darkness. So yeah, it's very interesting, super interesting how all this is panning out. I wonder how connected everything's gonna be to Pantamenum moving forward because of this new revelation. It's very interesting. Overall, these chapters were great. They were just funny. The art, again, like I kept saying throughout it, the art style is really appealing to me. I hope this is the art style that goes into season 4, and if not, it's just this art style improved even more for season 4. And yeah, I'm loving this. I'm loving the Urek Mazino side story so far. It's giving us not only new lore, like lore to things we kind of didn't maybe need, but just more clarifications on stuff that that doesn't really clash that much with the old lore. And yeah, wonder how the cruise will go from there. Yeah, I wonder if Urek will just blow up the cruise. But yeah, I want to see more of these characters. I love all these characters, at least the main ones we got. I like the princess. I like Urek, obviously. I like Evelyn. I like Rohan. I like Rue. Out of that group, I think Rue is definitely, as a character, my least favorite, but more as a mystery aspect, my most favorite, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, he's pure mystery. Like, I like Neo too. Neo's fun. And I really was not expecting to like Danjon so much. I really like Danjon. I like Danjon. I hope the other rankers get maybe not as much characterization as he does, but enough characterization for me to like them still. And yeah, I don't think I have much to say other than that, unless you guys have other questions to ask me. But I think that's really all that I'm currently thinking about, or if I'm just also forgetting something that happened in these chapters. But I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, Danjon is cool. I really hope I really like. I don't know why. I have the idea in my head that Danjon is part of Walkek's song, and I really like that idea. I think it's just funny to me. And I kind of want to see Danjon interacting with current Urek. I just want to see what their dynamic now is. But yeah, interesting, super interesting. This again, each chapter of this story is honestly surprising me with how much I like it. It's really good, and I think SAU is just really doing a lot of things that is good. He's leaning a little bit more into the comedy of it, taking a little bit more laid back, but also having all these mystery elements, lore elements, and like suspenseful things to this to the story. And I think overall, that's just all the better for it. But yeah, I think that's it. I'm actually happy I read all these chapters back to back because they not that they were short. They definitely weren't short. We're about to reach 3 hours, but I don't know. They just felt like the content in them was more laid back. So I don't know. Overall, I'm hoping to get into a schedule where I don't have to do multiple chapters, because it obviously takes longer and all that stuff. But we'll see, because I'm pretty busy right now. So hopefully everything goes well. Thank you guys for joining, and thank you guys for always keeping the chat lively Thank you so much for that. It's really fun having a discussion with you guys, answering your questions, maybe get some clarification stuff that that either I don't know or you don't know or stuff like that. And it was pretty fun overall. Hope you will. I'm planning to drop a short tomorrow and having a full on main video coming out on the weekend. So yeah, hope you guys like both of those things. Have a wonderful night, and yeah, wish you guys the best.